Okay, here's level 3. Level 3 are a lot like level 2, except you have to do an extra thing. They get more complicated. Um, so here's 11, 12 cubic centimeters per second to cubic decimeters per hour. And so here's why it's a level 3. I got to go centa to deci, then I have to cube it, then I have to do the bottom. It just gets more complicated. And so grabbing colors, centa means 10 to the negative 2. Deci means 10 to the negative 1. How far is it on a number line from negative 2 to negative 1? It's just 1. So one of these is 1 power of 10 bigger. Negative 1 is bigger than negative 2, so 1 decimeter equals 10 centimeters. Right in here, it's like money. 1 dime is 10 cents. But now, see these threes? We're not done yet. We have to cube this. And we get 1 cubic decimeter is 10 to the third, because 1 times 3 is 3 cubic centimeters. That takes care of the top. The bottom is 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. And then what goes in the set of parentheses? Um, the original problem, and then cubic centimeters. So coming right down here, just copying it. Cubic centimeters is on the top. And so 10 to the third cubic centimeters has to go down. 1 cubic decimeter has to go up. This cancels this. If we stop the problem right now, we'd be in cubic decimeters per second. Second is on the bottom, so 3,600 seconds has to go on the top. Seconds cancel seconds. And so what goes in the calculator is 12, skipping over this 1, times 3,600 divided by 10 to the third. And if you do that on a calculator, the calculator will say 43.2 cubic decimeters per hour. But then that is not the answer, because the original problem only had 2 sig figs. And this is a definition, and this is a definition, so we don't count them. So the best answer is 43 cubic decimeters per hour, because we round to 2 sig figs. Okay, 12, 0.9100 kilograms per cubic centimeter. Now we're going to convert that to milligrams per cubic millimeter. And so here's the deal, this pulling this apart. Step 1, I got to change the top. Step 2, I got to change the bottom. And then I have to recognize, because these have 3's in them, that after I change centimeters to millimeters, I have to cube it. So on the top, kilo is 10 to the positive 3. Milli is 10 to the negative 3. How far is it from positive 3 to negative 3? It is 6. What's bigger? A kilogram. So 1 kilogram is a million milligrams. That takes care of the top. On the bottom, centa is 10 to the negative 2. Milli is 10 to the negative 3. How far is it on the number line from negative 2 to negative 3? 1. And then what's bigger? Negative 2. So 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters, but these bad boys are cubed. So before I start popping things in, I have to cube everything. So 1 cubic centimeter is 1,000, because 1 times 3 is 3 cubic millimeters. And so then let's just slide this down just a tad. And maybe not that much, because now I got to see the problem. Okay, so what goes in the first set of parentheses? 0.9100 kilograms over 1, sorry, there's a point there, cubic centimeter. Kilograms is on the top, so this 1 kilogram goes down to cancel. 10 to the 6th milligrams goes up. And then 1 cubic centimeter is on the bottom, so the 1 cubic centimeter goes on the top. And then 10 to the third cubic millimeter. Sorry, I'm not so good at writing on my little tablet stylus that goes with my computer. So 0.9100 times 10 caret 6 divided by 10 caret 3 we end up with 910. The computer will say that, but because this has 4 sig figs, this needs to have 4 sig figs, and it's milligrams per cubic millimeter. Awesome. Next problem, 13. 1,870 liters per minute. This isn't even actually a level 3 to deciliters per hour because nothing's squared or cubed. So top first, liter, just one letter. That means 10 to the 0. Deci is 10 to the -1. How far is it on a number line from -1 to 0? It's just 1. And then what's bigger, 10 to the 0 or 10 to the -1, 10 to the 0. So 1 liter is 10 deciliters. And then 1 hour is 60 minutes. And this is actually a level 2, but I started mixing them up. 1,870 liters per minute is the original problem. You can put a 1 here. And then liters is on the top. So 1 liter goes down, 10 to the first deciliter goes up. Notice these aren't squared or cubed, so we don't have to do any of that weird funky stuff. And now we're in deciliters per minute. We're trying to get to deciliters per hour. And now minute is on the bottom, so 60 minutes has to go on top. 1 hour goes on the bottom. This cancels this. When I go here to grab my, I didn't want that. I wanted my calculator. When I do clear 1,870 times 10 times, what is it, 60? It's hard for me to flip back and forth. Yeah, 60. Put enter. The calculator says 1,122,000, but this is one of those weird. So 1,122,000 deciliters per hour. But this number only has 3 sig figs. So sig fig rules, rule 1, if it's not a 0, underline it. Rule 2, final zeros after the decimal point are significant. This is before. So it only has 3. This has 4. So that's why on my sheet, I rounded this, grab a different color. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1.122 times 10 to the 6th. But we only get 3 sig figs, so I dropped this 2. 1.12 times 10 to the 6 deciliters per hour. Okay, number 14 is 6.7 kilograms per cubic centimeter to milligrams per cubic picometer. This one was awful. So kilo, I'm just doing the top first. This is 10 to the +3. This is 10 to the -3. How far is it from +3 to -3? 6. What's bigger? +3. So 1 kilogram is 10 to the 6 milligrams. Top is done. The top is not squared or cubed. Bottom, centa is 10 to the -2. Pico is 10 to the -12. How far is it on a number line from -12 to -2? It's 10 powers of 10. What's bigger, -2, 10 to the -2, or 10 to the -12? Centimeters goes with the 1. And now this is crazy because it's cubed. I have to cube this. And when I cube this, 1 times 1 times 1 is still 1. A centimeter times a centimeter times a centimeter is a cubic centimeter. 10 times 3 is 30. There are 10 to the 30 cubic picometers in a cubic centimeter. So this is the conversion factor for the top, and this is the conversion factor for the bottom. So then we rewrite the problem, 6.7 kilograms per cubic centimeter, and then kilograms is on the top, so the 1 kilogram has to go down, 10 to the 6th milligrams has to go up. And then because cubic centimeters is on the bottom, 1 cubic centimeter goes up. Okay, why are you being funny? And then 10 to the 30th cubic picometers goes down. And if I do on the calculator 6.7 times 10 to the 6th divided by 10 to the 30th, I end up with 6.7 times 10 to the negative 24th milligrams, because notice, I'm going to grab purple up here, milligrams hasn't canceled on the top, and cubic picometers hasn't canceled on the bottom. And so that's the unit after our conversion. And then last problem on level 3 is 0.0037 picoliters per second to microliters per hour. This isn't even a level 3 because nothing's squared or cubed, but okay, grabbing pico is 10 to the negative 12, micro is 10 to the negative 6. How far is it on a number line? From negative 12 to negative 6. It's actually 6. And then what's bigger? Negative 6 is bigger than negative 12. So 1 microliter is 10 to the 6 picoliters. And then the bottom is time. So 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. And then again, you copy down the first problem. And if there is a unit in the bottom, it's an implied 1 goes with it. Okay, picoliters is on the top, so this half of the conversion factor has to go down. 1 microliter comes up, bam, bam. If we stop the problem right now, we'd be in microliters per second, but we want to be in microliters per hour because second is on the bottom, seconds needs to go on the top. So 3,600 seconds is 1 hour. Seconds cancels with seconds. If I do 0.0037 times 3,600 divided by 10 to the 6th, I better check because I think this is a sig fig thing again. So clear 0.0037 times, flipping back, 3,600, so times 3,600 divided by 10 to the 6th, enter, and I get this, well, what do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I come back over here, I have 0.000134, I think. It's tough to flip back and forth. No, 0.1332. Okay, back here then. 0.000132, but this number has 4 sig figs. This number only has 2, and so the best answer is 0.00013 microliters per hour, or if you prefer scientific notation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.3 times 10, and apparently it's supposed to be 10 to the 5th, so I missed a 0. So this is a 0, and then this is to the 5th, negative 5, sorry. And that always happens to me when I flip between the computer screens. Let me go back here. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I just missed a 0 when I copied it. Okay, and that's it for this one.